I'm Sophia Kayafis, and today we're talking about our November wrap-up.
Yeah!
These are the best.
Finally December,
Mm-hmm.
and life has just been crazy. Lots of books have been read, and
Yes.
we cannot wait to show them to you. These are kind of our favorite videos to do.
Yeah, they are.
Like reminisce.
We get to reminisce and talk about some awesome books and maybe not so awesome books. So let's get into it.
All right, we have our
One star reads.
So I have One Little Kiss for 1 star by Avery Maxwell. This was a drink read Fabio, and it was bad. It was so silly, and the writing was not good. And if you guys want to hear more,
Yeah,
check out our episode.
check out that episode. My 1 star is also my drink read Fabio book, Thankful for the Maverick by Rochelle. I mean, these books, they're not going to be comparable to other books. They just
No.
can't. And it's bad. And if you want to hear about it, go
Again.
watch that video or listen to that episode.
So I don't have any more, do you?
No.
All right, so 2
2
stars.
stars.
These books are very controversial, but I have
I'll just
both. Oh, the second and the third of the Inheritance series.
Yep.
Both of us are not fans. We're not fans. Again, go listen to our episode if you want to hear
Yeah.
our in-depth thoughts. So many people love these. So many people love these, and I really didn't.
Mm-mm.
They were boring.
They're just like odd to me. Like there are
Yeah.
parts where I was like, why is this happening? And we went more in depth, but basically like we love the concept, the execution just wasn't our favorite, and we didn't really care about the characters, and the puzzles were lame, and
The romance sucked.
yeah, it just wasn't for us.
No.
Not for us.
Anyway.
So I brought mine out too because I read the last one this month as well, and just wasn't
Not
my
it.
fave.
Not it.
So my last 2-star read is Shady Hollow by Juneau Black, and I think the reason why I didn't love this one as much was because I listened to it on audiobook, and basically it's like it's a cozy mystery with forest creatures, and a murder takes place in their little town.
Cute.
And they have to try to solve who murdered the toad. And I think it was really cute. I liked the characters, but I think because I listened to it, I really was so confused the whole time. And I thought it was a little bit boring. But yeah, there's a lot of characters, and they all have like little forest creature names, and I'm like, wait, who is that? Like,
Yeah, the minute that
what's
there's a ton
happening?
of characters in a book, it's not a good audiobook.
No.
So you're like, what's happening?
I think, because this is a series, so I think if you read the first one and then listen to it, it would be better. But yeah, it just wasn't my fave. But I get that the concept was really cute, and I respect it, but it just wasn't my cup of tea.
Moving on to 3
stars.
So my first 3-star book is, I don't know if yours is the same.
Yes.
November 9th by Colleen Hoover.
Yeah.
This was fun. I liked it. There was just like, I didn't love the dude. We both didn't love the dude. Again, we did another episode on this, so
Yeah.
if you want to go back in depth and really hear our thoughts, we have a video on it.
Mhm.
But like, you guys know, like their romance is kind of toxic, and
It's a little
things
weird.
happen in the relationship that I don't know if they'll ever get past. And I love the concept. I thought that was super fun.
Yeah.
And like a cute. I was excited to read about the next November 9th.
Yeah. I think Colleen Hoover is such a good writer too, so it's like such an easy read, and it flows so well.
And you want to keep turning the pages.
Yeah. But we just didn't really love the characters that much.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my second 3-star read, which is controversial, is The Very Secret Society of Irregular, which is, I don't know, I was kind of bored. I kind of got bored. And, like, I wish I saw more of their relationship developing. I felt like it was just kind of came out of nowhere, but it was cute. It was fun. It got me in the holiday spirit, which was fun. I read it, like,
The Halloween holidays.
yeah, Halloween holiday spirit. I read it, I started at the end of October and finished it like the first 2 days of November. So it kind of got me in the fall vibes, which I have really enjoyed.
My second 3-star was the Bromance Book Club by Lyssa K. Adam. We just hit each other with the
Big
arrow
ones.
in the heart because The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches was like one of my faves, and then this is one of Kate's faves. But I just am not a lover of second chance romance, and I thought that the girl in this book was kind of annoying.
But you still liked it.
I still liked it. That's why I said 3-star. Like,
Yeah.
There were parts of it that I thought were really cute. I thought the writing was great. I just also wanted more of the Bromance Book Club in this. I thought it could have been way more comedic, and it could have been more involved. But I did like dog-ear pages. So like there were parts that I liked, and I thought that the smutty scenes were chef's kiss 10 out of 10. They were really good.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. It just wasn't my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is basically about this woman who meets her soulmate, and then he dies, and she has to learn how to cope and live without him, and his mother doesn't know that she exists, so it's like this whole thing of like that there's a lot of tension between them because she's like, are you even really his wife? And all this stuff, because I never heard about you. So they kind of become friends and learn how to grieve together. And I thought it was really touching, and I really appreciated this book, but the whole thing was just kind of sad. And I like didn't, and yeah, the whole thing was sad.
Yeah.
Well, there were parts that were bittersweet, and like it was nice to hear them learning how to cope, and that was happy, but like finding each other and becoming friends. But I just, it was just sad the whole time, pretty much. And it wasn't really enjoyable. And I like to escape, and that's just not what this book is.
It was hard to read.
Yeah. And also, I think, luckily for me, knock on wood, I don't know if this is wood, it's not, but I have never had to grieve someone that was super important to me. So I didn't connect with it, but I think if you have, this might be a really good read for you because you would connect and maybe learn things from it, but it just wasn't for me. But I do love Taylor Jenkins Reid, and her writing's great, so
There's that.
yeah. Now we're on 4-star reads.
So, my first 4-star read is the second book to the From Blood and Ash series, The Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer I don't know how to say her last name.
Armentrout?
This series is so fun. It's such a good time. It's fantasy and it's spicy and lots of action happens. If you love A Court of Thorns and Roses, you'd love this. It's a little bit darker than A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is fun, and I like it. It's good, and the romance is really, really spicy. So the first one revolves around Penelope, who was chosen by her town, which is run by these people who have ascended, which we don't really know why, and she has just been told her whole life that she is the chosen maiden, and so she has to remain pure, she has to wear a veil, she can't talk to anybody, and she was attacked by these evil creatures when she was a child, so she's covered in scars over half of her body, which kind of, she gets teased about, tormented about, things like that. And one of her guards, who comes to the castle to kind of protect her, because there is this dark one who is trying to steal her away from the country and is kind of trying to take over this country and their ways of life, which we don't know why. Things I cannot say, but read it. It's very good. I know that was so big, but I can't really say more.
Yeah.
Because it would give things away. Next, I have Twisted Lies by Anna Huang.
We met Anna Huang this month.
Yes.
Which was really fun.
Went to a book signing. It was so fun.
Yeah.
So my goal for November was to finish a lot of the series that I started, and I did pretty well. I succeeded. I finished 2 of the series that I'd started. The only one that I'm still working on is From Blood and Ash, because those books are hefty and take a long time to get through.
Yeah.
The print is like this big. I finished the Twisted series, and this is the last book of the series, and it is so so good and spicy. All of Anna Huang's writing is so spicy. Like, it is so spicy. But it revolves around Christian, Harper, and Stella. So Christian owns the apartment complex that Stella, who is an Instagram influencer, lives in. Mm-hmm. And he, like, gives her a special rent price so she'll live there and, like, helps her out. And, like, Stella finds herself in trouble and Christian is there to help. Because he also, like, on the side owns this, like, crazy tech, like, program where he, like, will hack into people. He basically can ruin people's lives through, like, hacking into their bank accounts and, like, their work and, like, finding dirt on them and, like, blackmailing them or literally taking money out of their bank account and making them poor. He's not a good person. This is another thing about the series. It's, like, it's twisted because the men are not great people, but they're hot. It's, like, more like villain.
Yeah.
Not like Rump or anything. It's like dating a villain.
Yeah, morally gray characters.
Very morally gray. And another thing that I love about Anna Huang is that she puts content warnings in her books. Like, thank you. Thank you.
All authors should do that.
Especially
Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover, girl.
Put some content warnings.
So, first offer at 4 stars is the 3rd, 4th, and novella that's, like, after the 4th book.
Wow.
If that makes sense. They're all 4 stars. I love this series. It's really fun. Is the writing amazing? Sometimes. Yes.
It's YA.
It's YA. So,
like, come on.
It's not going to be, like, life-changing. No. But it's so fun. I am obsessed with the love interest in this book. Basically, it revolves around this girl named Juliet, and she has special powers. And one of those powers is that her touch is lethal. So she's kind of taken, it's dystopian, so she's taken by the new government that kind of wants to take over the world and use her as a weapon to do that. And she doesn't believe in what they're doing, so she tries to escape. And then the novella, the first novella in this little duo, is from the point of view of a character named Kenji, and I love him. He's great. He's a great character. He's so funny. So I really enjoyed it, but, like, I don't know. I mean,
just like a little,
it's so little.
It's just like a little taste.
Yeah, it's a little taste of the same things that happen in the book, but from his point of view. This series is really fun, and they're such fast reads. Like, the words are huge.
I think I'm definitely going to add it, at least the first one, to my 2023 list.
I definitely read these so quick. They're really fun. And then my last 4-star read is The Deal by Elle Kennedy, and we also met her this month.
Love.
How fun. Anna Huang and Elle Kennedy were both very nice.
They're so nice.
But this book was so fun, and I'm literally obsessed with the boy. Garrett Graham.
This one book boyfriend?
Yes, definitely. Okay. It's a hockey romance, and it revolves around Hannah and Garrett. Garrett is a hockey player. Hannah's a really great student. She's super smart, and they're both in... My heater's so loud. They're both in this class together, and they take this really hard test, and she's, like, one of the very few people in the class that gets a good grade on the test. And so to, like, play hockey, he has to have... he can't be failing any classes. So he goes to her and asks her to tutor him.
That's hot.
So then they, like, become friends, and then maybe more. And you gotta read it, and it's really hot and spicy, and
Ooh.
I just love Garrett so much. He's so cute.
Now moving on to 5 stars.
Yeah.
So I had a really good month, which is shocking, because last month I was kind of in a book slump.
Yeah, I kind of didn't have a great month this month.
So the first one is Twisted Hate, which is part of the Twisted series, and it's the 3rd one. Guys. It's brother's best friend, which is, like, one of my favorite tropes because it's, like, so naughty and, like they know each other for forever, and they start out by hating each other, and then they, like, that hate transforms into something else. And it's like, a lot of it is like no strings attached, which also is so fun when they're like, oh, this isn't anything. Like, or like, we just hate each other so much that it turns into more. Like, things like that. Oh, it's so spicy. And this was definitely my favorite one in all of the Twisted series, was the third one. Just because it's like, and I think it doesn't have to do with it being better than the others. It just depends on what trope you like the best and like what tropes.
They're all different.
Exactly, they're all different tropes. So this one is definitely my fave. The next book is The Silent Patient by Alex Michael. I'm so bad at saying names.
Michaelides.
I could never be a teacher. Michaelides? Alex Michaelides. We're gonna just have a whole like content reel of us saying names terribly.
Yeah.
Anyway, The Silent Patient. Oh my gosh, this book is such a good thriller.
So good.
If you love thrillers, you probably have already read this, but read it.
Yeah.
Or you want to get into thrillers.
Oh,
this is a great one to start.
It's so quick.
It's a page turner. It's so good. It revolves around. I mean, we've already talked about it a ton, but
yeah,
it revolves around a woman who shot her husband after she did it.
Refuses to talk. Yeah,
she refuses to talk, and there is a psychotherapist, Theo, who is just obsessed with finding out why she will not speak, and she hasn't spoken for like years.
Yeah, and see what happens.
So he gets a job at the same psych ward basically that she's at, and kind of tries to figure it out.
Yeah, it's really good, and the twist at the end, y'all, you're not ready for it.
Next, I have 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. This is such a good romance. It's so unique. It revolves around Ava, who is a writer for like super sassy vampire erotica books.
Fun.
And she's also a single mom and like a badass bitch. And she had this crazy childhood romance with this guy named Shane, who also ended up becoming a writer. And he waltzes back into her life one day to try and fix things. And then, lastly, I mean, you can't rate these anything less than 5 stars.
Yeah.
I went through the first 3 Harry Potter books. Yeah. Because I'm re-listening to them, or I'm audiobooking them right now, reading because I haven't read them since elementary school. And Sophia did it and I got jealous and I wanted to, so here I am.
You can't really put a rating to a memoir because it's someone's life, but I'm not gonna lie, this was one of my favorite books of the year.
Oh, really?
I thought it was beautifully well written. I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. And personally, I thought that I just thought it was so raw and vulnerable in such a beautiful way, and she uses humor to explain her story. It just goes from when she was younger with her very unhealthy relationship with her mother, and how her mother kind of shoved her into show business, and how she starts acting, and then her career at Nickelodeon and what that entailed, and then once her mom passes away, what that kind of how that affected her life, and up until the point right when the iCarly reboot happens. So that's kind of like the journey that she takes, and I just really thought it was incredible.
Yeah, it was extremely well written. I agree. And share her story when it's a very vulnerable, very hard hitting journey that she's she's gone through throughout her life. So yeah, it was extremely shocking and beautiful and heartbreaking.
Actors, and so hearing just like the tea also about her life as an actor is just interesting.
Fascinating.
For me, being from that viewpoint, and there is tea, so if you like tea and you like hearing drama, it has that too, especially for her because we grew up with her and her show, so it's interesting to hear behind the scenes in that it wasn't as cheery and happy as it may have looked to an outside perspective. Yeah, and I think you listen to the audiobook too, so it's narrated by her, which I think is also just really special because you can tell, like, hearing her say certain things in her voice that it is meaningful, and there are parts where it's hard
and
for
her
her to
humor
get through.
really comes out
Yeah.
in the audiobook because, you know, she's saying it how she would say it in real life.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yeah, it's really, and the cover, come on. That
So
cover is so
cute.
good. It's great.
But yes.
But yeah.
That was our November.
Woo! Lots of books. I read 11 books. Since then, I've read some more, so I'm at 79 books this year, and my goal is 80. So
Amazing.
We're gonna make it.
I read 14 books in November, which is crazy. Crazy. And at that time, I was at 96. Finishing, wrapping up November. 96!
Woohoo.
So my goal right now is 100. Like we always say, if you read a book, if you don't read a book, if you read 2 books, if you read 27,000 books, we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. You're still a reader, and we love hearing about your thoughts and
Your books.
yeah.
Tell us what series or books we should read, please. I would always love a good recommendation.
Yes.
And we are getting into the Christmas spirit this month. We're so excited. Christmas. So tune in for some Christmas content, holiday content, and we will see you guys next time.
Yes. Follow us. Like
us.
this video. Subscribe.
All the things.
All the things.
We love
Comment.
you.
Yeah.
See you next time.
On Drink, Read, Fabio. Bye.